everyone, and happy Monday morning to all of you. Today, I know many of us are holding so many lives in remembrance of September 11th. So I know there are a lot of events that are happening throughout the United States today. So again, we are holding those lives in our hearts today as a memory of the tragedy that happened on September 11th. So as we start this week, I start this week in gratitude for so many of those that were heroes on the day of September 11th, and for so many women out there that are changing the lives of other women, that are really stepping out and mentoring and elevating and empowering. And there's so many waves of this happening throughout the world, actually. And Tyler Skinner is one of our members of the LEAP community, and she's here today to share with us about women making waves and what that next wave looks like. Hi, Tyler. Welcome to your spotlight today.
I love it. And thank you for starting the week in gratitude. I think that's a beautiful way to remember, and it's a wonderful way to start this show. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so important that we remember. I really believe when we remember gratitude, it fills our hearts for all of those in our lives, for things that have happened to our lives, for everything we have today. It really just puts things into perspective. So tell me about Women Making Waves. I want everyone watching today to understand, what is Women Making Waves? Besides, we know Women Making Waves is about, the ripple effect that happens when we step up. So why did you create this, and what have you been achieving with this group?
Well, like most women that are probably listening to this, and men, everybody who's listening to this, you can identify with the pandemic, right? With what happened when everything shut down, the world shut down. In that moment, I lost personally 90% of my business. And it's something that I had built. It's something I worked hard for. It is something that I strived, I cried, I did all the things, right, to build this up, have a reputation, have all these contracts, and losing it all in 1 week was devastating. And what I could do in that moment was really just turn within and look inside and say, who are you? What are you made of? You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You know that you've done all these things for years and years. You do not have to shift and pivot. You need to build it. That was the message that I received in 2020. And that's exactly what I did. I just gathered 10 women and I said, okay, you are my friends, my colleagues, people that are going through something. And we purged and we figured things out. We brainstormed, we huddled. And through that process, I was able to see, okay, women not only need to be supported, we deserve to be seen. And that is where all of it came up for me. Was I am in this equation too. We need to co-create, we need to collaborate, we need to get back to what the essence of femininity is, and that sense of business and all of it, right? Family, business, community, it all matters and it's integrated. So Women Making Waves is really born from that. It's passionate, dedicated women who are ready to uplift and support each other for real and be there, be each other's cheerleader in your corner all throughout the journey that we're on, whether that's life, business, parenting, whatever's going on in your life, we're there for it.
Yeah. I love it when you said support women for real, because it's a choice to support women. And it's about, I love it when women choose to support other women. I know you have a mentorship in Women Making Wave. I'm one of the mentors. I'm working with an amazing single mother out of California, and I stepped into this wanting to support her, wanting to lend that ear, give her advice, really help support her for the next 6 months or a year and what she's going through. What have you found from this mentor program that you've put together? How has that really changed the lives of the mentees and the women that have signed up for it and said, yes, I need a mentor?
Yeah, the women that are signing up, it's a lot. It takes a lot to get there, to show up. And that's our biggest thing. Show up, we'll take care of the rest. That is the biggest thing I found as a challenge, is getting people to say yes to themselves and invest in themselves. And so the biggest thing I've seen as a reward out of this is exactly what we envisioned in the first place. Women are connecting. If they're in the same area, they're going for hikes, they're going to baseball games, they're doing things together. They're also providing resources to one another, and the essence of, hey, I want you to work on this project with me. Or it was a little rocky start, one that actually comes to mind the most is the rocky start with one of the mentors and mentee pairings, and they worked it out on their own. And I felt like, wow, that's it right there. It's a relationship. It takes
Yeah.
time to build. That's why we said 6 months, because we knew that if I did a 6 week and 8 week, it's so quick, it's so fast. You're going to get a little taste of it, but you're not really going to get to have this real experience. And so, leading from a place of trust is where we started at the base, at the core of this, and having women look within for the answers, because we have what we need inside to be able to do anything. We just have to believe in that, right? And having someone like you who's guiding that process, you're not the guru, the know it all, the everything. It's just like you're there to say, hey, I'm here for you. I'm in your corner.
Mhm.
I have a little bit of information that you might need that's going to help you get unstuck or help you get some clarity or help you figure out your next step. And that's really what's going on. We have speakers that reinforce what we're doing with things like abundance and wealth and DEI, but talking about your culture and your perspective, where you come from, getting
Mm.
curious and creative together. It's been so rewarding, and we're getting great feedback from our sponsors, great feedback from the mentees, great feedback from the community saying, yeah, I really want to be a part of this going
Yeah.
forward.
Here's the thing, the mentors learn so much from the mentees as well. And I think that's a big piece of it that we tend to forget, on how much we can learn from someone that we're mentoring. Not only does it grows, it helps us grow as individuals, but you help the mentee grow as well. And then that mentee goes on to be a mentor. And then, that's where women making waves, that whole ripple effect. So tell us, what is the next wave? So now you've got the next wave, hashtag the next wave, and really leading from a space of trust. What does that mean to you, Tyler?
What that means for me, essentially, I want to know my why. I want to know my core values. I want to know where I come from. I want to know what lens I grew up with. I want to look at things and we turned it on a flip. I would say I flipped it upside down. Instead of it being like a leadership program that's designed of exterior answers, like, well, this is how you lead. There isn't really a right or wrong way. It's how you lead your life. You're the entrepreneur of your life. That's how we look at it. So you're building these foundational pieces that are going to help you make impact in the world your way, on your terms. And the only way you can do that is by you looking at you, looking in that mirror and saying, okay, I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about burnout. I want to talk about imposter syndrome. I want to really bring up these things that are very real in our world today. And sometimes they're not often looked at or discussed in a platform like this or a space like this, because we say, oh, it's all professional, or we have to do this a certain way. And I said, no, that's not the way I look at it. I see it as women really getting real with one another. And like you said, the reverse mentorship, awesome. That's exactly the intention, is that
Yeah.
we can learn from each other and help each other along the way.
September is Mental Health Awareness Month. I don't know if many people know that. But in September, I think we need to recognize, how am I feeling mentally? How am I doing? Like, really, not fake putting it out to the world, or fake putting it out through Instagram or whatever social media post that you're putting out that your life is amazing. How are you really feeling day to day in the moments when you're by yourself? How's your mental health? How are you feeling about the future? Is it bleak? Are you struggling? Are you starting to pull away from friends and family and kind of isolate yourself? I think that's really, that next wave that we're talking about, which is, how do I trust myself so that I can trust others, so I can have these conversations in a month where mental health and awareness is top of mind.
Yeah, and Colleen, I want to share too that when I was giving the big aha moment for me was I was giving a talk at one of our local universities, and I sat there with a entrepreneurship class, women in business. There's about 60 students, and they're all about to graduate. And I'm sitting there around the room going, how many of you feel confident in who you are and what you're about to do? You're about to graduate and go get a job or do something, right? And no hands went up. And that for me was like, whoa, there's something we got to do about this. And you don't have to be in college to be in this program. It's that age group that we've identified where it's almost like there's all this leadership programming in the youth, right? Going into elementary school, high school, there's all these different things you can be involved in. And then all of a sudden you go off to college or the next thing, whatever that next step might be for you. And it kind of fades. It drops off. It's like, you go figure it out.
Yeah.
You get kicked out of the nest to go figure it out. And I think that there's something to that. I do agree that there's something to that in some ways. But also, what if you had somebody that could be your guide on the side, someone that's mentoring you? And I had countless women say, I wish I had this. So many men that told me they had it. And women also that said, when I did have that, this happened for me. So I went, well, this is what we got to do. We just have to answer the call and make it happen.
Yeah. So I know they can go on the website to women-making-waves.com/next-wave. What else will they find? What options are on the website for any young adult listening or female listening that is like, yeah, I really feel like I need to get involved in a group where I can talk about my mental health, where I can talk about how I'm really truly feeling and doing. And maybe you're not growing a business. You know, the LEAP community is really women who are building businesses together, and they come and they collaborate and they network and they give each other resources. But, you know, so many of my conversations I'm having with the mentees are around the personal things in their lives, like celebrations that they're not giving themselves on a regular basis to pat themselves on the back. When you're a single mom, I've been a single mom. There isn't anybody patting you on the back. You have to pat yourself on the back. So how are we celebrating each moment of our wins? And are we even smiling and laughing and know what we want? That's a big piece of this, isn't it? Wouldn't you say?
It's the biggest, it's a huge piece of it. And so that's why we have our private Slack channel and everyone gets to do wins and celebrations. That's one of the channels that we created, like share your win. You know, you wrote an article today, you got up and got dressed. I mean, I don't know, whatever it is that for you, celebrate that and enjoy that part of the journey, because that's what's going to matter in the end, is that you said, I did that. Yeah, I can do that. I am capable of those things. And I think that the website, you were asking about the website, this website is a landing page for the program.
Okay.
So if you go to women-making-waves.com, you'll find more about our community and other ways to get involved in that aspect. But for the Next Wave program, you'll see things like you can click a downloadable PDF and see the mentee benefits. You know, this is kind of what you're going to get. You can see what the program's going to involve. You can see the different speakers that we have. So you get an idea of who we're bringing in and why, and just see the sponsors and see who's behind this, who's saying yes to this, who's saying, I want to be a part of this. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just that everyone gets as much information as they can in one space, which is hard to do on a web page, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because like you just pointed out, you just gave us all this beautiful testimonial that is a challenge sometimes to get on the website. So we're constantly updating it, constantly working to add new things as they come in. But I'm loving watching everybody intentionally match made and saying, yeah, I found my fit. That was the right person for me. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, every single one of us needs somebody. We need people. We need community. Just like the latest Netflix series that was released on the places, you know, the blue zones, and where people are living over 100 years old. One of the number one things that came out of that was community. And so you've got to, I'm pleading to everybody out there watching this, you have to find your tribe. You have to find your community. You've got to have those really close 3 or 4 or 5 people that are your connections that you can, you know, text or rely on and that are there. And if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have those women surrounding you, I'm going to beg you to please go to the website and go to womenmakingwaves.com and find out how you can get involved. There's so many different ways that you can get involved. And I know if you're in California, over where Tyler lives, and she'll talk about that in just a second, you can actually meet up in person. They do a lot of, I'm so jealous. I'm not in California, so I don't get to do all the.
Oh, it's coming, Colleen. You just wait. We are expanding. I'm actually flying out to Tennessee later this month to open up another community.
Wonderful.
So I think that it's happening. I'm seeing the ripples happening finally after 3 years. And I'm really, really proud of that. So I'm going to give myself and my team and the community a pat on the back and say all of this dedication and love has paid off.
That's really incredible. Congratulations on that. So now they're expanding to Tennessee. And I'm in Arizona and I'm part of this. So you don't have to be in
No.
California where the meetups are happening. There's so much you can still do online with everyone and still be part of that. So I'm going to urge you, start this week with gratitude. B, look at your mental health. Tell me, where are the areas? Feel free to make comments. Where are the areas that you feel you need to expand for you to improve in mental health in your life, and prompt you to take action to put those right people in your life. And Women Making Waves is a great start if you're a female, whether you're in corporate America, building a business, whatever it is, watching this. Maybe you are the CEO of your family, which to me is the absolute hardest position that anyone could ever hold. Having a circle of people around you is key for us in just feeling great every day, right? Feeling positive and feeling good about ourselves. Well, Tyler, I'm so glad that you were here to talk about Women Making Waves today. I'm going to urge everyone again to go out to women-making-waves.com/next-wave. Find out about how you can be a mentor mentee, how you can participate in this program. She's coming to Tennessee. They're currently available in California. Go check it out. And Tyler, thank you for being a member of the LEAP community. We value your input. We value you being here. And we're so thankful that we get to spotlight amazing women like you out there making a difference.
Thank you, Colleen. I am grateful for you saying yes to us, saying yes to this community, and bridging the communities together.
Oh, great.
That's what it's all about. We're doing it together. Thank you.
All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your week. And please take a moment today of silence to remember all of those that lost their lives and thank our heroes in gratitude for those that did so much, 23, 22 years ago today on September 11th. Bye-bye for now.